If you haven't had an opportunity to watch Banshee's Bullets and Tears Season 2 finale, stop listening now. Major spoilers. Here we go. My podcast cut off. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and pick up right where I left off on part 2. So here we go. Behind the pillars that are holding up the church, man, Carrie and Lucas are on the ground. They're right next to each other. And all of a sudden, man, this flashback sequence happens to where you get to see Lucas and Carrie when they are at their diamond heist mission. And it seems like there's no hope, man. The only hope that there is to die. You can't surrender because they're going to kill you. That's what they were told by Ulrich. And they're firing. They're continuing to fire, man. Fire, fire, fire. There's nothing but just bullet time going around them. Everything kind of slow motion. You can feel like you can hear the heartbeat. You can feel the emotion. You can feel just no hope, man. There's a loss of hope, man. Lucas looks at Carrie and he can see the fear in her eyes, man. And, you know, obviously his whole entire mission on Earth, man, is just to protect her, man, okay? He loves her, and he makes the decision that I'm going to distract them, and you just run, okay? And Carrie's trying to tell him, no, 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 don't do it. You know, this is crazy. It's suicide or whatever. And Lucas says, you know, hey, I love you. And he kisses her, man, and after that, you see him get up, and then he takes off running. Now, check this out. He takes off running. They have no bullets because Carrie and Lucas went inside there, guns blazing, with 9mm and Glocks and maybe a Desert Eagle, if you will. And they're out of bullets. Okay. Ulrich's guys, Rabbit's guys, his soldiers, they have full clips of AK-47 bullets, man. Okay, so they're good to go. Rabbit is out back listening to all this happening. Lucas gets up, he starts running, he pulls out a knife. Yeah, he pulls out a knife. He took a knife to a gunfight. He takes off running towards these guys, and everything just slows down, man. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, you know what? I'll absolutely, if this happens, if Lucas Hood dies right here, I'm going to get in my car, I'm going to drive 1,000 miles per hour, and I'll crash into a wall to die a violent death. And the reason why I say that is because it's so frustrating sitting here not knowing. It's the unknown of this show. But it's so brilliant because you care about the characters, and the only thing that you want is to help them out, but you can't do anything. So the only thing that you can do is die, okay? What ends up happening, man, the speed picks back up, and then Lucas is running. You know, he has his knife in his hand. The guys start turning their weapons towards Lucas, you know what I'm saying, readjusting their fire to start shooting at Lucas. Then all of a sudden, man, you hear this, I don't even know what it is. It seems like a 50 cal. It seems like a 50 cal machine gun, Tech 9, Glocks. I mean, you hear all these just, and all of a sudden you see Ulrich's guys, man, Rabbit soldiers, man, they're falling to the ground, man. There's blood everywhere. And then Lucas turns around, and it's Job. It's this new guy, man, this Fat Owl and his men. And they just saved, Lucas Hood's life. And I don't even really know what to say besides that, man. You're just sitting there and you're cheering. You're just like, yes! You know, ah! You know, you're just screaming because yeah, Lucas is alive, man. That's the point. You're just like, oh my gosh, man. And obviously, man, it's Job, man. It's Job. He comes to the rescue, and it's crazy, man, because Job says, prior to them going to the church, he says, how will I know if you're alive? And he says, if we don't come back in the morning, you'll know that we're dead. And Job says, well, how am I supposed to sleep knowing that? You know? And he shows up, man. He shows up. I guess he knew, you know, exactly where they're going to be at. He knows what he has to do. And he knew Fat Owl, man. Now, let me go back for a second, man, to kind of show you how you say it. Whenever Job and Lucas, they kind of first meet, or when Job, Lucas, and Carrie first meet, I think that's a better way of saying it. Once they find out that they're going to the diamond heist, and they're going to do that job, you know, Lucas, first off, he tells Rabbit it's insane, you know, nobody should do this, it's suicide. It's like you're going to get caught. I think he knew that. Anyway, he goes and he finds Job, and Job is at this cabaret club, And you get to see Job sing, man, and he's singing, he's dancing, man. He has makeup on and a huge dress, man. It's really awesome, man. That scene, because there's a guy in the bar and he's hounding, Job, and Job picks up the mic, and you can just see that was like the first time that his character gets to kind of express himself, man. And it was just perfect because he held his own on the stage. Anyway, the dude that was hounding him comes up there, he's like, I'm gonna kick your face off or whatever. And then Job's like, honey, you couldn't do this if you wanted. And the dude starts approaching the steps of the stage, man, and Job slaps him in the face, man, grabs his head, slams it against this rail. And then you're introduced to Job, okay? And then after that, Job gives Carrie and Lucas, man, their passports and all their identification to last them for a lifetime. He gives them, new identities, all this good stuff. And then we see them, go to the heist, and the rest of that stuff happens. But then also we flash forward back, and now we see how, the relationship between Job, Carrie, and Lucas Hood, how that all comes together and why they're so close and that they'll risk their lives for each other. Brilliant. I absolutely love that, man. Now we know that, just to kind of sum everything up, man, Lucas Hood is now known as Soldier Boy. That's going to be his I guess alias for season 3, man. Moving forward, we have a new character called Fat Al. That's the guy that knows Lucas Hood. We'll get to probably see more of him in season 3. We know that Rabbit's brother Ulrich is dead. We do also know, obviously, that Ulrich is dead, and we got to see him come back for tonight's season finale. We also got to see the return of the albino inside of prison. Just a really amazing scene. Just want to say that because it was still terrifying seeing the albino. Even though the albino was dead, it was just terrifying seeing him on screen again. Just wow. That was just kind of showing you the reach of Rabbit and seeing that. Then we know that Rabbit is officially dead tonight. That takes us to... Well, before I go there, I don't want to go there yet because, like I said, I'm going to get extremely sad talking about this incident that happened tonight, man. But in order for me to go anywhere, I have to talk about it. So I guess I'm pretty much just out of room. So, but before I do that, let's talk about the end of the Banshee finale. You know what? I can't even do that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to stop right here. We're going to start a brand new podcast, and we'll start talking about Emmett. We'll start talking about Emmett and Long Shadow, Alex. Yeah. This is going to be sad, man. I'll be right back.